Well, after the new foundation models released by NVIDIA were a success, NVIDIA just released 7 more models and we are going to test them one by one. So the first model is called NV-Embed. This is the #1 embedding models on the MTEB leaderboard with an embedding accuracy of 69.32, not bad. So how do you test this model? We go to this model, NVIDIA NV-Embed V1, and there we can go to the experience here and you can try out. So for example, what is the capital of India, and we just run it. So we would be able to see the embeddings here, and we can use these embeddings for different tasks. If you go to the model card, you can see the description of this model. This model is an excellent model that excel in 56 tasks, including the retrieval, re-ranking, classification, clustering, and semantic textual similarity tasks. That is pretty good. The next model is the Solar 10.7 billion. This model excels in the NLP task, including instruction following and reasoning. So for example, why is the grass green, and go and run this. So in order to run these models, we need to go to build.nvidia.com, create an account, and you will be able to use this. Also, there is option of using this in your own code using the OpenAI library style, but of course we are not going to use the OpenAI library. Instead, we are going to use the endpoints of the NVIDIA, and it's pretty amazing. It's pretty fast. The models are running on the servers of NVIDIA and it's pretty amazing. So we can see this answer. The next model that you're going to see is the SDXL Lightning. It generates highly detailed and realistic images at extremely low steps, significantly speeding up the image creation process. So this is Stable Diffusion XL Lightning, and you can see the output. It's pretty fast. Let's put another thing, an image of a boy walking on a busy street, vendors, neon, cat following. Let's see. Let's run this and see the generation speed and the output. So this is the model Stable Diffusion XL Lightning, and let's wait for the result. These are the different parameters that you can use, and I think that's pretty great. You can see the neon lighting, you can see a boy walking with a cat here and the cat following. This is pretty good. The next model that we are going to see is the Stable Diffusion 3. It's an advanced text to image open model for consumer PCs, laptops, and data center deployments. So this is a Stable Diffusion model. Let's put the same prompt here and see the image that is being generated by Stable Diffusion here. Let's run this, and we can see the parameters. We can have different aspect ratios here, and that's it. We can try it in this command line itself, or we can go to shell, node, and Python. As you can see, this is more realistic than the SDXL. So you can see that Stable Diffusion 3 medium, the output of this and the output of this, it's pretty different, and this is pretty realistic. Of course, in some cases I would like to have this as well. It has more variety and more artistic, but this is more realistic. The next model is the Palmyra Med. This is a fine-tuned LLM. It's topping the PubMedQA benchmark, provides accurate and contextual relevant responses in the medical domain. So this is a medical model, 70 billion 32k tokens. So let's ask it some things. So as always, we can use it in Python. You can use it in your own code in using Python. You can use in Node.js or in the shell command itself. So we are going to put in a text. Let's say my father has a creatinine level of 2.6. okay, 3 on 2nd of June. By the way, this is a real story. And 2.5 on 4th of June. and has been at that level since. Okay, also the urea, this is really a medical diagnosis, some kidney problems. So the urea levels was 55. And do I need to worry? Okay, let's see the medical model here. Understand your concerns. Okay. Understand your concern about your father's creatinine and urea levels. Creatinine and urea are important markers of kidney function. Elevated levels can indicate impaired kidney function, but it's essential to consider the overall clinical context and other factors. A creatinine level of 3 on 30/21 is less, suggests a possible increase in the creatinine levels. Then we have generally a creatinine level of 1.4 for men and 1.2 for women is considered elevated. However, it's crucial to know that the creatinine levels can fluctuate based on factors like hydration status, muscle mass, and certain medications. Urea level of 55 is slightly elevated. Urea levels normally range from 15 to 45. That is pretty correct. Elevated urea levels can be indicated of impaired kidney function and dehydration. To determine whether these levels are concerned, it is important to consider father's overall health, any underlying medical condition, and recent changes in the medication or diet. It would be best to consult the healthcare provider. Okay, but what are the best foods for kidney? Let's see this. If it's a medical model, it should be able to answer the best foods. Okay, so it does give some best food, and as per my research, let's see if my research on the internet match with this. So leafy vegetables, okay, that's good. Berries, yes, that's very good. Cauliflower, good. Bell peppers, onions, garlic, olive oil, fatty fish, okay. Egg whites, low fat dairy, whole grains, herbs and spices, cranberries, green tea. It's so important to avoid or limit foods such that can harm kidney. For example, high sodium foods like processed meats and canned soups, high phosphorus products like dairy products, meat and whole grains, high potassium foods like bananas, avocados and spinach, foods high in oxalate like spinach, beets, foods high in protein like red meat and full dairy products. So basically we need to reduce the meat intake and take these foods, and as per the research that I've done, it exactly match the foods that has been recommended by this model. Well, I give it a total 9 out of 10 score. Next is the OCD and OCR. This are the pre-trained models that are designed for optical character recognition. So optical character recognition in many of the PDF applications, RAG applications where we need to understand the photos and PDFs, you can use this model. So I can upload a new photo here. Let's upload this Grafana dashboard, and if we run this, we should be able to see the optical character which has been recognized by this model. Let's wait for it to generate. This generation doesn't depend on my local system, but it depends, it's actually running on the APIs on the servers of NVIDIA. So we can see that this model was able to detect words and numbers. So the next model is Llava 3B and 34B. This is a powerful multimodal language models that integrate visual and textual understanding, making them suitable for applications including image captioning and visual question answering. So we have this model, and let's try a different example. Let's upload this, and let's describe this image and write a poem on the color of the t-shirt the man is wearing. The image shows a man sitting on the wooden walls and the window in the background. He appears to be speaking or presenting as suggested by the text overlay in the image. Pretty good. The text reads, "Initiative to make our models more to cheaper and more widely available for non-profits." So there's like discounts, that's the way to. Okay, it's exactly able to read this. The man is wearing a dark green t-shirt. Here's a poem about the color of the t-shirt. This is what I actually asked it to, and write a poem on the color of the t-shirt. That is pretty great. and I'm totally impressed by all these models, and I will be able to now replace some of the functions of the closed source models or OpenAI with these models, especially the OCR for the RAG applications and this medical applications for making an app for my parent, so that he can ask questions to that app with regards to kidney, and it would be able to reply questions. So among these 7 models, if I would like to rate the outputs, the first would be this Stable Diffusion. I really like this. The second would be the Med model. The third would be the OCR, then the Llava model. Next, I would use the Solar 10.7 billion. Then we have the embeddings, and then we have the SDXL. Okay, these are just my ratings, and I would like to know from you, how would you use these models for your applications? And you can see these outputs are pretty good. So it's a revolution. You don't need any new hardwares and any high-end hardwares. You can just log into NVIDIA and use this credits. Initially they will give you with 1000 credits, but you can ask for one more time, and then you'll be able to get about 4000 credits, and you can use this in your applications, and that is pretty amazing. So I hope to see you in the next video. Please join my Patreon, subscribe. See you in the next one. Thanks.